We'll see if anybody decides
do
to
this
join us.
do this intro.
You running the
Wait,
intro?
wait. Yeah, sure.
It's still
What's
starting.
up, everybody? Yeah.
What?
Welcome to. I don't know.
All right, just restart it. We're fine. We're good, dude. It's not like we're live or anything.
All right. Bam. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Small Bytes Podcast. We're back at you again.
This time
So, what
with
are we talking
more
about?
Ryzen and some Intel and a little bit of
Because Ryzen's
Nvidia.
been the talk for like the last 4 months.
Dude, it gets views, man. It's evident on other people's channels,
Oh,
not mine, because I haven't discussed it yet. But even so, it gets views. Uh,
get them views.
Yeah, so if you're watching this in the future on my channel, the actual podcast part of this is going to be going up on SoundCloud. I'll include a link for that if y'all want to watch it or listen to it on the go or whatever, and I have to worry about it on YouTube. And I'm joined by West Tech, and you know who
Yep, from
I am if you're on my channel.
westtechbuilds.com and on
Yeah,
Instagram.
he does
Yep,
custom builds.
WESTEC builds. So yeah, find me there.
And
And if you're watching on YouTube, you know where to find Rock.
and he's in my description as well. So he's got some really cool shit he's done on his channel, tech stuff wise.
Yeah,
But
sometimes I like
anyways,
to say.
so yeah, let's go ahead and kick this puppy off. You want to talk
Okay,
about
so for
Ryzen?
starters, Ryzen 5. So we got Ryzen 7. We've done all that. Awesome stuff. Some incredible price to performance stuff going on.
Yeah, for real.
There's been enough talk about that though. So Ryzen 5, which is what I'm the most excited about,
Yes.
is starting at like 169, and the launch has officially been set for April 11th.
So we're
So
less than a
get
month
your
away.
wallets ready, get your kidneys ready. Uh,
Well, actually, it's not that bad. 100
yeah,
starting at
you're right. Ryzen
169.
7, Ryzen 7
I
is
mean,
the
looking
bad one
at
for that.
it's 4 core 8 thread, which you're gonna have almost identical to similar performance of the non-K version of the KB Lake 7700. It looks like with the base model at 170 bucks because you
Yeah,
can overclock that thing probably to 3.6 or so.
but yeah, like I was explaining earlier, I was looking at the kind of let's see the clock speed of everything. The 1600X looks to be for gaming and for most gamers a lot better than the 1700
Yeah.
for the because it's $100 price difference. Your clock speed is almost identical, and you don't need anything, even streaming or things like that. You're not gonna need anything more than 6 cores,
Nope.
12 threads like that. And so, getting the same clock speed, getting that many cores, you're gonna see just I guarantee you within 4% of the same gaming performance, if not even closer with that. It's so I'm excited about that range for only
And
two hundred
for
fifty
two,
dollars.
yeah, 250, or even if you want to just save that and put it towards maybe a better cooler or whatever, you can do the
Yeah,
1600,
exactly.
and it's gonna be maybe like 4%
That's
difference at most
mm-hmm.
because like I know Tech Deals had a video on it comparing his 1700 to his 1800X, and
Yeah.
they perform virtually the same at the same clock speeds. There's no difference if they're set to the same clock
Well, I'm
speed.
saying
Yeah,
if you
it's not
got a
going to make a
budget
difference.
and you want to put more into your cooler, which I'm here to tell you now, you'd be better off paying $100 less for the 1600X, but putting a better cooler on it,
Mm-hmm.
overclocking it more than you would buying a cheaper cooler or going with a
Yeah.
stock cooler on the 1700, because you're going to get higher clock speeds, which is better single core performance, and that's better for most games today, and especially older games. So that's some exciting stuff.
But I'm really excited for the 4-core 8 thread also as an alternative
Yeah,
to Intel's 4-core 8 thread i7, which is like ruled things for now. So I'm really interesting to see, or it's really interesting to see how that's going to
yeah,
play out because their
yeah. I'm
1500X
excited.
is competing with a non-K version of an Intel processor for
Hmm.
more than $100 less,
Yeah, that's
$189.
nuts.
Yeah, and it comes with a
But
cooler,
if
and you can still overclock.
yeah,
So
even for
if
budget
yeah.
gaming, that $170, you put like a 1060 3 gig or the 6 gig
Mm-hmm.
1060 or a RX 480 or something in it. That's a computer that a year and a half ago would have cost you twice that much. It's
Yeah.
crazy to see that just a year and a half later from that, how much that's changed in the prices.
I mean, AMD's certainly
But
shaking things up, and I'm excited to see. And
just exciting to see competition in the
yes,
CPU realm again
for the first time
because
in
it's
a
been
while.
so long
I mean,
since the Intel
we
realm
weren't
has
even
gone.
around like whenever there was competition between AMD and Intel. We knew nothing about it. We were
That's
like
very true.
little babies.
I was yeah.
But
I was running around in the fifth grade chasing all the ladies.
but it shows
Kidding.
here that the 1600X, which is priced comparable to the i5 7600K, which you know can overclock like a beast, great for gaming. When it comes to multitasking and stuff, 70% better, pretty much, and according to Cinebench.
Yeah, for multi-thread stuff.
It may,
Now
I mean, it
gaming's
makes
not
no,
gonna be that
it's
way,
not.
but
But you're, I mean, you could pay the same amount, be able to have a amazing content creation system, and game on it for the same price, and it comes with a cooler.
yeah, that's. I mean, no,
You're
I
saving
mean,
money.
I've seen enough for like 1440p and 4K reviews. I've seen enough that the difference is not dramatic enough. It would still be, you'd still be better off paying 250 for a the 6 core 12 thread versus
Yeah,
a $300, which we'll talk about that in a second. The price drop for Intel, but a
yeah,
$300 7700K because you're getting better all around performance for things. I think I think who was it? Jay's 2 cents said
mm.
that Ryzen was kind of like the Mario character in Mario Kart, where he's good at everything, but he's not the best at
Me,
anything. So he'll be or compete with about anybody in anything like gaming or multi-thread rendering, whatever.
dude.
But it's not the best at anything, which is a great spot for them to be though, to kind of hit
Yeah.
everything.
Have you looked at the
So
prices on AMD's motherboards though?
no, I haven't seen
Their
much on those recently.
B350s support overclocking. They have the
Oh
1
yeah,
by 16 uh, PCI Express thing, same as standard
yeah,
on other stuff.
pretty point.
It's basically it, like they're competing with the B250 stuff, but
Right.
it's $80
Big
for an
difference.
MSI B350 motherboard. 80
You know,
bucks. And it's and you can overclock on it.
yeah,
So if
Tech Deals talked about this,
yeah,
that the 6900 could the motherboard that's compatible with the 6900K is so much more
it's
expensive
so expensive.
than like using
You can get an $80
Ryzen
motherboard and
7,
pair it with an 8 core.
right?
Like
And you could still get crazy performance out of that
yeah, I mean
compared to
it'd
like
still be a little
for a
better.
workstation kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
That's
I mean if
incredible
you want to do a
I mean
server or
that's a big
something,
deal.
this is making server stuff so cheap cuz like
Oh yeah,
you could run a 4
that's
core
what I
8
was
thread
thinking.
server at a lower
Absolutely,
clock
yeah.
speed and it'd be phenomenal.
Doing something like that with Ryzen 5 or I mean, geez, even what their low ends that their 4 core 8 thread stuff or whatever, or
Mhm.
just the 4 core stuff, that would be good. But even
Yeah.
using their FX series stuff, their old stuff's going to be cheap. That'd be great for my server things. I'm excited about that.
Yeah. Well, you want to talk about
Speaking of CPUs,
yeah, switch it on over to what Micro
so
Center is officially changed their prices to on the KB Lake stuff. They dropped the
yeah,
price
we
down
talked
from
about
like 370 or 380, which is what they're normally at for the i7s, high up there, expensive. Dropped it down to 299.99 for the
yeah
i7, which is
we
great.
talked about we'd see what Intel was going to do in the last episode here, and this is apparently what they're going to do for now. They're slashing their prices, which thank God, because they'd lose a lot of sales otherwise.
Yeah.
But so now you can get the 7600K for $200.
Yep.
It's a lot more reasonable, a lot more competitive. But this is why I'm excited for competition. If Intel does nothing, their stuff's going to be cheaper, and that's going to be better for everybody.
Yeah. I
So
mean, if
you
you
can't beat
you
that.
can if you're still an Intel fanboy, you can pay a little bit more than Ryzen
Yeah,
and be like, I'm sticking with my people, blue team. But you're there. That's why everybody should want AMD to do good because it's going to bring the price
right.
down across the board.
Exactly.
And I mean, I
You don't
know
get all.
for a fact that the i5, let's say 7500. or 7400 even is a great budget like CPU. Oh, come on, don't do this crap to me right now. Stop it. Leave me alone. Start
What's going
fresh.
on?
It's trying to confirm a closed store to me. Hold on. Let me pull it up again.
But yeah,
All
these
right,
are um, these are some exciting days.
for real.
Like Rock said, fanboys, be excited that AMD's doing good because it's going to make Intel a lot cheaper for you, and it's going to make Intel better in the future.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you, their next series of processors is not going to be a 10% increase.
Yeah, because you can
I
get an.
guarantee you, there will be a lot more than 10% than what you're going to see
Oh
from
yeah,
the
they're gonna be
next
like, all
generation.
right, AMD, we're gonna fire
Yeah, we're
back
going
with
to do something.
something. So let's get
Yeah,
our
no doubt.
non-crap team on here. Just the guys who've been putting out the same thing every year. I mean, you can get an i5 6500 for 180 bucks, but that 20 bucks more is gonna get you the 7600K. So you might as well go for that. But still,
Yeah,
finally putting that 7700K at $300, which is actually what
kind
I
of a
bought my
reasonable price
6700.
range.
I got because I bought my 6700K
Yeah,
for
I
300
remember that.
on sale, and I was like, this is the lowest price it's ever going to be. I'm getting it now, and it has been so far. But now they brought this down. I just still don't know how I
Yeah,
feel about KB Lake and the quality, because how you have to delit it pretty much to get any like the
yeah,
temperatures you want. If you want to hit that 5 gigahertz that everybody
yeah.
can.
That's the downside. I don't know what happened with the production on that, but maybe
Yeah,
that's something they'll fix because that I don't know. Maybe it's not a big enough deal where they're not going to mess with it, or
yeah.
maybe it is. But I hope they do something about it because that is kind of disappointing for the enthusiasts.
Yeah, it is, and cause I can run my 6700K at 4.6 gigahertz and on a 120 millimeter water cooler, the cheapest one out there, and it still is stable and it gets a little hot, like reaches 80, but it doesn't ever get much past that at 4.6 even. So yeah,
Yeah,
but you want to
yeah.
well
Not much else to
also
say with that.
yeah there is
It's
because
just cheaper, which is nice for
Intel's
everybody.
want to do their enthusiast i7 or their enthusiast 4
Right.
core 8 thread. So like the i7, I think it's 7750.
Hmm.
Let me see. Um 7750X or
Uh huh.
I'm trying to
Oh yeah,
remember.
the X. I think I know. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Haven't looked too much into that though. But we'll have to just wait and see what they're gonna do other than price
Yeah.
drops. It's not much to talk about right now. But
Yeah.
so tip of the day. Do you have anything, Rock, specifically you want to share?
Um I mean, we covered last time the importance of buying used parts, which
Yeah.
it's if you're on a budget, definitely do that instead of buying something new because
Yeah. Oh
computer parts last a long ass time. But
yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't really have much today unless you had something for tip of the day.
Well, one random thing. This might go in our kind of random conversation bit
Mm.
along with tip of the day here. So I discovered recently, just looking up some photography tricks, learning new things, whatever, that you can, if you take a drop of water and put it on the tip of the lens, or just over the lens on a phone, like an iPhone or whatever phone you have, and kind of make a thin layer. You just kind of got to mess around with it till you get it right, but it makes like a magnifying glass for your phone. I love that kind of stuff. Okay,
That's
just
funny.
some random tips, but good stuff. You should try that out. Um, hmm. Yeah, I guess that's not too much on tip of the day. Just some random thoughts I had, things I
Yeah.
learned that
I'm
I think are cool to share. But
I mean it is definitely like how does the quality look? The picture quality.
I mean, around the edges, it's kind of blurs because
Uh-huh.
it's obviously water. But if you get the focal point on it is really kind of narrow. It's you have to be
Okay.
just the right distance, otherwise it won't focus. But that the advantage to that is you can get really close to it. It's really cool trick to do.
Hmm.
But
That is interesting.
yeah. So 1080 Ti.
Yeah. Let's talk about the,
I'm
the
excited. I've been excited for weeks.
I mean, it's been confirmed, but just like looking at these after like are you on EVGA site right now?
I'm on Zotac's thing.
Dude, I'm an
I'm
EVGA
excited
guy.
about. I'm excited about Zotac though, man.
All right, I'll show off that one. That one, it looks like something like a Power Ranger.
It's like,
That's what it reminds me
yeah,
of.
yeah. It looks like a robotic Power Ranger.
Yeah,
That's
it
what we're
looks
gonna
like,
say.
yeah, that
Robotic
looks
Power Ranger.
it looks fucking cool
So
though.
this is the 1080 Zotac GTX 1080 Ti, the kind of aftermarket
And
coolers and stuff that Zotac is gonna make. It's got two Chevy symbols on either side.
it does. They did bring back the DVI port though, which isn't
Oh
found
my
on the
gosh,
Founders.
they did.
So
What? I didn't even think about that. They did.
that could be
What
an
did
added
EVGA do?
EVGA on their
Oh,
stuff.
they're keeping it.
There,
They're keeping it. Yeah.
I'm
Look
not
at
looking.
that crap.
Yeah, they sure are. Did you?
Well, that's
That
good.
thing
Thank
looks
God.
sick, dude. This is the For the Win 3.
Uh-huh.
So this is the first 3-fan card EVGA's ever done. Like
What?
they've all been about no need for that many. You only need 2 fans. Only need 2 fans. I mean, they do their
Until
cards always do
until
run
the
cool.
monster came.
Yeah, until until they had a TI to work this TI to work with. Like, oh god, we actually need a third fan. But it comes with the
It's doing
ICX
crazy
cooling.
overclocking.
Yeah, it'll this thing's gonna stay cool. I imagine.
I like the neutral approach that EVGA has though.
I do
For
too.
enthusiasts, that it can fit in a white build and it can fit in a black build. It can fit in a red build. It kind of it
Yeah,
works with a lot of things, and I like that neutral
it just looks
kind of
sharp to me.
metallic black color scheme that they have.
I have I have the 1070 right now, which is the black
Yeah.
edition. A little cheaper, doesn't come with a black plate. This thing looks awesome. It's like a matte black finish, and supposedly it
Yeah,
has
I like
ICX
the.
cooling also. They all have
Yeah, you got.
ICX
Let's see.
cooling.
Do they all have, are they moving to all ICX or
I
maybe
think for
just
the
TIs are
for the
all
TI
ICX?
cards they are, and from here on
Yeah,
they
that
may
makes
have
sense.
ICX all the
Yeah,
way.
I mean that would make sense. I
It
think honestly
looks
the ICX is just a better version of the last one they
Yeah,
had,
they
so
just
I don't
have
see why
thermal
they wouldn't just
sensors.
adopt
Yeah, they
that.
have thermal sensors everywhere, so you know what's cool, and
Well, and I see on this too, the
that thing looks sick
normally
though.
these between the fans. So if you have two fans on there,
Mhm.
you would normally have like everything around it would be completely sealed off so that
Yeah.
the air goes directionally through the card. But this has a bunch of different holes. It's like a metal frame that goes, and you have a
Right.
bunch of different holes and spaces in between to let air through, which is really cool. Different. I've not seen that from them before, but that. I mean, I think it looks pretty good.
I do. It's got like a kind of like a something you'd see like on a I don't know how to describe it. Like almost like a
Yeah.
crisis or something reminds me of that, or like
Yeah, I can see that.
some like I think I saw a picture of this somewhere else, and I think it was what's its name's channel. Oh God, I can't remember his name. He's friends with Jay's 2 Cents and stuff, and Bitwit.
Hmm.
That he does
Oh, I
live. He
think I
does
know who it is.
podcast too. It's
I think I know who it is,
Paul's
but I don't
Hardware.
know his
I
name.
think it's Paul's Hardware.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I've
he
seen
said
him.
it looked really organic to him instead of it being like super
Yeah,
sharp edges and stuff like that that you see a lot on stuff. It's got kind of just
yeah.
a
I think
more
that those
natural look to it.
natural kind of
Yeah, it looks really
metallic
good.
bars like that kind of make it. I don't know. Yeah, it looks
And
that
it
looks
only
good.
takes one 8-pin connector.
Really.
One 8-pin. Same thing that
How
powers your
are they? How
1070
are
and
they?
mine. One 8
How
pin.
are they doing this?
I don't know.
Like, I mean, how are they doing that without sacrificing overclockability or things like that?
I
In running
don't
the card?
know. It says
Because my 1070 has two 8 pins. It's completely useless, but
this one, but it says right here on the power type it's 8-pin plus a 6-pin on the power type. So we'll
really.
see. I
I
don't
was wondering about that. I was like, yeah, I don't know.
because the founder's card has
8 plus 6.
yeah. So there's no way they're doing it with just one eight
Oh
pin.
no, I see. Yeah, it is. The three, the for the win 3 has a 6 and an 8. It's just really dark up there in the picture, but yeah,
No,
it's
the For
there.
the Win 3 has a 6 and an 8, but it says on their website, I'm really confused. It's two 8 pins. It's two 8 pins on the power type for that. Which on my
Okay,
980 Ti,
that's what I was thinking.
it's two 8 pins. So
Right.
what's the difference? And looks like the Zotac model is also two 8-pin connectors.
Yeah, that would make sense for something that's gonna overclock like
Yeah.
that. That would,
Um.
no doubt.
Apparently the Zotac version is going to have a 1.6 gigahertz boost, which I think is a little above what they normally are
No,
on the Ti models. It's like the
isn't it like
it's
1.5 or something?
yeah. I think they're probably gonna get them to like 1.7 on the most high end cards because actually no, it looking they're talking about the Zotac one. They expect the Zotac to be able to overclock to 200 megahertz on the Ti
Oh, really?
model. That thing is just gonna
Wow.
it's gonna kick so much ass, dude. But speaking of overclocking, you want to move to the other Ti thing?
Oh, yes. My nerd juices start
Dude,
flowing when I
that's
think of this one.
nuts.
Uh, I don't know if this has been done on the 1080 or the 1070 or anything like that, but they got a 1080 Ti to 2.5 gigahertz
That's nuts.
on liquid nitrogen, and I'm so excited
It's
because
not
it's
like
so
we're ever
good.
gonna have liquid nitrogen be using it on this, but
I don't care, okay? That proof of concept that that's where it's going, okay? A 9 series card from Nvidia
uh,
would at that level when they got that high, the clock speeds were so low. You would have never gotten something like even remotely close to
yeah,
like even like I mean compared to a 970, you put a 970 on liquid nitrogen, you might get yeah 1800, I don't know, something like that. And
yeah.
then a 980 Ti would have never come close to that.
No,
Even
no.
I don't even think it could. It's just not.
Mine could hit
That's how they
1600.
work with it.
Mine was
Yeah.
hitting around 1600, and that's
So
super
it's
high for a
980 might come
980 Ti.
close. Yeah. Yeah, that really is.
I don't know if it was accurate or
But
not, but according to the
2.5 is
numbers,
crazy.
2.5 is
So
nuts. And not
yeah,
just that, but it
it's
had the
it's
11
crazy.
gigahertz memory bandwidth at 12.5
Yeah.
gigahertz. You know how much performance that
Uh,
is over just the standard?
yeah, they said it
God.
beat a 3D Mark record. So the Time Spy score, the DirectX 12 test on 3D Mark,
Yeah.
uh, for to put this in perspective, my I think my system, which is a 4790K overclocked to 4.7 and a 1070 overclocked to let's see, like 2500, something like that
On the
when it's
memory?
under load and all that. Yeah, and the memory is up about 550. I don't know what that
Yours goes to
equates to, like
2500?
41%.
2500? Are you serious?
What?
I had no idea. Oops. I had no idea yours was going that high whenever your thing's
Oh yeah,
overclocked.
the wait, let me
Your
see.
clock
Let me
speed?
look at it real
Check it
quick.
really quick.
My memory clock is 4551 per channel
Oh,
2.
okay. That's what about the core speed. I was like, what?
No.
Okay, I was really confused. I don't know why I even thought
No.
that. I was okay. Yours
No,
goes
because
like
then I
yours
wouldn't
is
be
around.
excited about the
Yours is like
2.5 here. That wouldn't even make
okay,
any sense.
yeah. Anyways,
But no. Yeah. So my time spy score on a 1050 or 1070 overclock like that, and the 4790K
yeah,
is like 7,100.
yeah.
And this card, 2.5 gigahertz 1080 Ti, is doing 13,291.
That's the
That
world
is like
record.
almost double of mine, and that's starting from a 1070. Okay, which is a great card,
That's a
but
good
that
card
is just
already.
nuts. That is nuts
Then again, it wasn't
on one card.
it did have a 6950X processor, so the 10 core overclocked to 5.1 on at
Oh,
10
okay, yeah,
cores and
that's
32
pretty
gigabytes of
extreme.
RAM. But
That's pretty extreme.
the previous it says the
Look
previous
at the graphics. The
yeah,
graphics score itself is 13,120,
yeah, that's
which is
nuts.
that's still that's
The
just I mean
previous
because the
record,
graphics score on mine is like 7.
yeah, it beat out the Titan X by almost 100 points. That was a
Jesus.
Titan X at 2.3 and
Oh
it beat
wow,
it.
yeah.
So for the first time Nvidia is doing a TI model that beats
That is
the Titan.
well. People argued in games though the 980 Ti beat the Titan X in
Yeah,
Maxwell edition. So
that's because
it's
they
I
had
mean it's
overclocked, they had
but I
aftermarket
think the
stuff for
cards
that.
are definitely becoming more and more similar.
Yes.
Like the Titan XP is the same card architecture and the same CUDA cores and all that
Hmm.
as a 1080 Ti.
But
So
it's got a
they're a lot more similar.
higher memory bandwidth on the TI, which
Yeah.
gives it a bump
Yeah, and
up.
I think
Which
what was it? Some of the not texture units, something was a little bit lower. It was like 94 to 88 or something,
yeah, it wasn't
which was
a
a
tiny
little
scale
different.
down, but nothing much.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
one
crazy,
less
crazy stuff.
GDR5 memory. one less gigabyte, which nobody's gonna need more than 8, I don't think, for a long time. But yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think once they take advantage of DirectX 12 and actually it actually gets good, um, and developers start making games to utilize this hardware, I think that 8 gigs will fill up pretty fast when
Hmm.
it comes to once they start utilizing it. For right now, yeah, it's seemingly it's going to last for a while, but once somebody actually takes use of it, I think it'll. But I mean, I think they'll be good for a while, but I think they'll take use of it in the next few years pretty well.
Okay, so now
And the
that
big
all
stack.
that's the big topics are out of the way, what would be your
Yep.
ideal Ryzen build? I think,
Oh,
or
that's a good.
yeah,
Yeah, this could be our conversation, random conversation.
yeah. What would be your ideal Ryzen build?
Like for myself,
Yeah, for yourself. If you
like
were gonna build one right now and had
okay,
all the funds
oh,
to do it,
okay, all right.
what would be your perfect
Um,
system?
I mean, obviously, it would be easy just to say, well, I'd have a 1080 Ti, a 1800X. No, I'm not just gonna say the best
Yeah,
stuff. Like realistically,
realistically, yeah.
where I think the price range is great and the performance is great, what I'd want
Mhm.
a we don't know yet the details, but from what I'm seeing and what I have already seen in Ryzen 7, a 1600X would
Yeah.
be the $250 processor. I think 6 cores, 12 threads at 4 gigahertz like that with a good cooler, all in the world you need for anything workstation related, streaming, gaming, that kind of thing. All I would ever need
Yep.
for a while. And yes, a 1080 Ti actually,
Really.
because I know, but I would because I want. I don't really love SLI. It's it's all
No,
right, but
it's
it's not
inferior.
great. So I really want the best performance on one card. And the other reason for that too is I want to
Mhm.
get like 100 plus frames on like a G-Sync monitor
The one I'm using.
in 1440p.
Go ahead and
So
invest in this
right,
one, dude. $400.
right. It's not a bad deal. I was kind of hoping to get it ultra wide though.
Ew. I'm just kidding. I'm not. I've never really. I don't have much interest in ultra wide. I don't know why, but you know.
I don't know. I've thought about it. I've had many thoughts on monitors, but yeah, I mean that, and then a pretty good. I don't know. I haven't looked up all the different motherboards or what I'd get, but I'd do some research on that. A good
Let me look one up right
enthusiast
now.
grade motherboard that looks good. Yeah, great
Uh,
compatibility for M.2 and stuff like that.
yeah, let me look up.
Um,
Let me find the top of the line
I
is
would
the
want to do a custom water loop. I've
X370.
actually never done a custom water loop because
That'd
I've
be
always
cool.
done
Yeah.
basic stuff because I've not had the money to. So I mean,
Right.
I've done this crap forever, but I've not done an actual water loop on my own, and I'm trying to get to do that.
You can get an
To kind of do
ASRock.
it in my own system.
There's an ASRock Fatality X370 motherboard, $150, which is the same price of what your
Yeah.
Z270s or whatever are running, and it's supports DDR4 up to 2666. It looks like.
hmm
Um,
Yeah, I think that 32 gigs DDR4
yeah, 32 gigs. What I'd probably do also. It's
just
got
because
an
it would
M.2
future-proof the crap out
slot.
of it.
It's got the M.2 slot. It's the Ultra M.2 also. Yeah, it's got a really good audio chipset. Yeah, that's a good one. I might go
Yeah,
with
something like
a
that.
my ideal build would probably be this is a ooh, I don't care for the whole RGB stuff. It might be that same
Not
ASRock
gonna lie,
Fatality.
if it's done right with the motherboard and you get like the Hue Plus thing, which is a
Mhm.
smart RGB thing, and you kind
Yeah.
of hide the LED lights where it glows into the case with the motherboard, that's some pretty cool stuff. I
My
think of one that
ideal
dang, what was that case called? It's been so popular recently. The front of it kind of has the metal. It's a metal front and it's all glass around the two sides, but it goes the bottom kind of dips in
yeah.
some and then it comes up and then it dips back out and it's got that front plate like that on the front. I can't think of the name of it.
Mhm. Let me send you a link to this and
I'm
you
gonna
tell
have
me
to
if
new
this
it here quick
looks.
because I think I've got it saved.
Yeah, let me send you this link also really quick cuz I can't tell if this is gold or red.
Oh no, not this again! Don't bring this back. Is
What?
the dress blue or gold? No.
No, no, it's I
Don't
can't tell if
check.
it's gold or red or orangey because my ideal build would be that same 6 core 12 thread with like a 120 millimeter radiator. Because I'm thinking about this
Talking
really
about the
realistically.
link you just sent me? Oh,
Yeah, the
oh,
one in
you sent something
messages.
else. Hold on.
Yeah, because I have that
Oh, that's
980.
red.
It is on my
Yeah.
screen. It's like orangey.
You need to do color calibrations. No,
No, I have it color
yeah, no, that's
calibrated.
red.
Both my things look orangey, dude.
Well, the glow kind of looks orange, but obviously it's red on the other stuff, so
I can't
that's what I
tell.
can see.
It's Gigabyte
Yeah, it's
though, so
definitely
their
red.
stuff's orange. I think you
What?
got some color issues.
Well, crap.
Gigabyte stuff's orange, man. All right, but yeah, what I would probably
I'm going to this link
realistically,
on my phone because I know my iPhone will have good color calibration. So let me look at
it's
this
an
on my
Apple,
phone.
dude. It's gonna suck.
Hold on a
Period.
second. What? What? You're right.
No, but my ideal build would probably be that same 6 core 12 thread 1600X with this
Uh-huh.
motherboard or one that's kind of orangey and has some backlighting to it like this. Because if it glows orange, I think that'd be a perfect
That's
match.
definitely red, dude.
What?
That is red all day, every day.
But Ryzen's orange. It has the Ryzen logo
Gigabyte
on it.
is not specific color. They just do whatever's popular.
This isn't Gigabyte. I'm stupid. It's ASRock. What am I thinking?
Oh, I didn't even
ASRock's
pay
normally
attention.
orange.
That would make sense. Bro, why is
Anyways,
everything orange for you?
because it matches that 980 Ti Golden Edition, and I'd put that in my
Oh, yeah,
system
yeah, yeah. You're right.
and have it as like a
Okay.
dedicated streaming PC or something with like 32
Got you
gigabytes of
though.
RAM. Throw an M.2 on there, and I'd call it a day. Probably sell my 1070 and get a 1080 Ti to put in my i7 build that I game on, and this would be my streaming PC and additional whatever. This would be my Ryzen
Oh yeah.
build with a 980 Ti, and I'd have an i7 6700K with a 1080 Ti. So
Touche. That's yeah.
that'd be my ideal build. Because I
Yeah,
mean, I
I want to
like
do
my
a custom
Alienware.
auto loop and all that crap.
Honestly, I know I get a lot of shit probably, or I will get a lot of shit when people know I have an Alienware, but I love it. It's nice and convenient the size it is for the power that it packs,
Yeah,
and
no
it
doubt.
runs cool. Everything runs cool. Like you look at my GPU temperatures, they don't ever get above like the low 70s, and my CPU
Yeah, that's
doesn't
what I
ever
like
get
about those
my
sweet spot cards.
after letting my liquid cool, like I did a reinstall of it after letting it settle. I don't ever get temperatures above. I can pull it up right now actually and see
Mm-hmm.
the max I've gotten all day, 70 degrees, 71 on another core, 68, and then 71 on another core. That's my max temperatures
Yeah,
at 4.5 on a cheap liquid cooler. So
yeah, that's pretty darn
yeah,
cool.
while I'm streaming this, it's running at 40, high 30s, 40,
Mm-hmm.
spiking around, but that's what it's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's not bad.
that's the one thing about the 6700 over the 7700K is just the quality. I guess the quality of thermal design on it. It's just so much better on the
Yeah,
Skylake versus
I
KB
think they
Lake.
cheaped out somewhere
They
on
did cheap
KB
out.
Lake or something.
They
I
got
don't know,
lazy.
cause that's not. Yeah, that's not right.
They got
'Cause that's
lazy.
like so important, like to. I mean, even not just for the sake of the CPU, but say you put a stock cooler on it, like that makes your coolers look worse
Yeah,
because your coolers aren't cooling it as good as they could as if you put better, thermal paste on there or whatever. It's like everything looks cheapened when you do it that way. It's like just take that extra time.
yeah, but I'm just super super excited for this Ryzen stuff.
Oh yeah,
Even though because I know I can't afford it right now, but when I can, it's gonna be phenomenal for me. Just seeing like the performance, like no more dropped
yeah,
frames if I'm streaming in games and stuff like that.
no doubt.
But
Um, yeah. I guess that's about it.
that's all I got.
That's all I've got.
It's a pretty
So,
good one though. A
yeah,
little
good episode.
didn't take quite as long as the other one we did. It's been about
Yeah.
35 minutes now, so
Well, you can find me at Instagram at WESTEC builds and westtechbuilds.com soon to come. And yeah. Yeah, West Tech Reviews on YouTube.
And you can find me if you're watching on YouTube right here, or I think we're both listed or like sharing each other's channels or whatever uh,
Yeah, I think we
on
are.
YouTube, aren't we? So yeah, if you're on the
Yeah, we're together.
YouTubes, be sure to check us both out. Check Wesley out if you're on mine, and I'm the Rockiness Monster with an TRE instead of TER. Rockiness Monstre on YouTube. I do gaming stuff, and I'm trying to switch over to more tech stuff, but it's a lot of filming and editing that goes into that versus just sitting down and playing a game that I normally do.
Yeah, it is. So one other thing I wanted to mention, if you guys want some input into this, or you have things you want to, feel free to give us corrections on things if you feel we need help
Yeah,
somewhere or
or
whatever.
possibly another
Um,
segment to add in somewhere,
yeah,
or if there's
if you've got things you
questions.
want to hear us talk about and our opinions on, please let us know. Where you can get in contact with me would be westtechbuilds@gmail.com. That's WESTEC builds at gmail.com. And just shoot me an email. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think we should talk about, whatever you have. And that's the best way to do that with me. If you have somewhere rock you want.
I'm currently at the Rockness Monster ER, so my Gmail's different
Huh.
from my gaming thing. I'll probably change that around a little bit at some point, make another Gmail account, but it's the Rockness Monster Gaming at gmail.com. And yeah, shoot me a question. I guess I could do like some benchmarking stuff too on a certain game if you guys request it, stuff like that. I like to do benchmarking a lot. I have a lot
Yeah.
that I haven't
It,
edited yet because there's a lot of editing that goes into that. But yeah, that's where you can contact me and always comments. I check my notifications at least once or twice a week and get back to everybody in my comments. So yeah,
all right. Well, another successful episode. We'll see you guys in the next one.
peace out.